Imagine you wake up one day or you have been on vacation for quite some time now and you would want to kind of prepare a speech for your team or maybe headstrong into a customer's call saying that I want information about this customer within the next 5 minutes, but you cannot skim through all the different messages that your team has put in or what the customer has. You would want very good points to talk about in your conversation with them. What will you do? Will you skim through different conversations, spend another 30 minutes, 45 minutes just to grab all the context? Or will you want a personal assistant, human or bot, to just consolidate everything within 5 seconds and get you the details?
I used to call my best guy saying that, hey, what's going on? Bot AI? Is that you're saying?
That is an insider knowledge or an insider guy that gives you all the details about your people, right? That is what Slackbot AI is.
That's amazing. Can my Slackbot connect to that box or a drive, extract all the intelligence and prepare a summary for me when I'm going to a meeting next? What were the wins? What were the losses? How should I treat this customer? What should I bring to the meeting so that I can make a better impression to the customer and add value? At the end of the day, it's adding value for a customer. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Deepish Advani and he's Prashant. We are here to discuss, can Slackbot AI be a new Claude for business? Prashant, before we go ahead on the topic, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. So, as Deepish mentioned, my name is Prashant. I have been working as a technical architect in Salesforce for close to 2 years now. And lately, I have kind of taken my interest into Slack and how Slackbot AI is going to change the future, as people claim. So, I have taken a jab at it. I wanted to share my experience with all of you guys, how it is going to work out, what is going to happen with Slackbot AI. And yeah, maybe we share my knowledge across.
Awesome. A quick introduction, Deepish Advani. I'm a founder who has taken 2 exits and now working on making sure that everybody understands how to make technology decisions. Prashant, Mark Benioff has said Slack is a system of engagement. What does that mean?
Well, when you take into consideration, I'll give you maybe a bit of an example over here. Take Salesforce as an example of your system of data. All of your data is being stored in Salesforce. Good. Your records are being saved in Salesforce. Good. But it is the people who are actually working on this different siloed data records and trying to make information available to everyone out of it. Now, that is where Slack is called as a system of engagement. It will help collaborate all of your different resources or employees within your organization, work on the data that Salesforce or any kind of ERP tool that you have, and get some knowledge out of it and put it forward to all the other customers, employees, or whatnot.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, it's where people work day in, day out.
Yes.
Now, what is Slackbot AI? I mean, there is Slack and now Slackbot AI. And there is something called a Slackbot also. Explain the difference, please.
Well, Slack, as you mentioned, is the system of engagement. It is just for, sharing messages across, sharing information across.
Day-to-day work.
Yes. Now, people tend to confuse this Slackbot and Slackbot AI really. Slackbots are really these, and Slackbots are not a new thing. People have been creating Slackbots for a long time now.
Yeah.
These are called custom bots. Let's say if you want to create a scheduler for an app called as Notion.
Yeah.
Now, Notion already provides its own app, but if you wanted to maybe play around a little bit, make it a little more complicated,
Yeah.
people, what they do is they create these custom siloed bots of their own so that they can do their jobs better. Maybe someone wants to provide Google Drive its own AI and start to read through files. That is a custom bot, that is Slackbot. Now, pitch into it Slackbot AI, which will connect all of these different custom bots and, of course, all of your different messages across your organization and your Slack workspace. Analyze all those files that you have relevant to one particular customer or topic. Consolidate those and give you a neat little summary of all these details. Maybe if you want to have a quick recap of what went yesterday or what is going to happen in the next week of your entire organization, that is where your AI lives in. And that is where Slackbot AI has come into the picture.
Awesome. So Slack is a workspace where team engages. That's the system of engagement. Slackbot is an automation bot which can do how you configure code it.
Of course.
Slackbot AI is the AI version of Slackbot, which does the job for you.
Yes. Think about it as an orchestrator for all of these different bots that you have created or someone else has created for you. Slackbot will consolidate all of these different things to give you all the details right where you will live at where your information lives. That
Awesome.
matter.
Let's talk about a business problem statement. Can you give me some example of, how Slackbot AI can be used?
I will give you a few examples, maybe from a very executive level perspective,
Mhm.
not a very technical role
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
Imagine you wake up one day or you have been on vacation for quite some time now, and you would want to kind of prepare a speech for your team or maybe headstrong into a customer's call saying that I want information about this customer within the next 5 minutes or 5 seconds or so, but you cannot skim through all the different messages that your team has put in, all the different politics that your teams have played across, or what the customer has.
Yeah.
Maybe the company that you are dealing with would be a good company,
Mhm.
but the person you are dealing with would be a very tough customer to deal with. Now,
Mhm.
you would want very good points to talk about in your conversation with them, right? Now,
Yeah.
what will you do? Will you skim through different conversations, spend another 30 minutes, 45 minutes just to grab all the context? Or will you want a personal assistant, human or bot, to just consolidate everything within 5 seconds and get you the details, the right
Yeah,
details?
traditionally I used to call my best guy saying that, hey, what's going on?
Yeah, that is
So
an
that
insider
best guy
knowledge.
is Slackbot AI. Is that
Yes,
you're saying?
that is an insider knowledge or an insider guy that gives you all the details about your people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is what Slackbot AI does. That is what Slackbot AI is.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Let's talk about one problem where we came across a customer, a potential customer, let's say. They spoke about they have a lot of files in the drive, which has been a traditional meeting transcript, a conversation around how the engagement is proposed, and minutes of meetings of last 5 years. Everything is placed in drive or box or whatever the storage mechanism is. Can my Slack bot connect to that box or a drive, extract all the intelligence, and prepare a summary for me when I'm going to a meeting next? And they should also consider saying that, hey, what were the wins, what were the losses, how should I treat this customer, what should I bring to the meeting so that I can make a better impression to the customer and add value. At the end of the day, it's adding value for a customer. If I have to do all this, can I configure Slackbot AI or is it more like coding?
Well, funny that you mention it, and I'll be honest with you. Do you want my honest take on this, or do you want the salesy answer
Let's
for
be
this?
honest, it is very unscripted one. I know I have a laptop in front of me, but it is
Okay.
still only the points.
Okay. So I tried this out.
Mhm.
I tried connecting my Google Drive folder and my Box folder to Slackbot AI.
Yeah.
Actually, not Slackbot AI. Let's say Slack.
Yeah.
I tried installing the apps. Box already has its own AI. Google
Mhm.
Drive already has its own connector with
Yeah.
with Slack. Problem is Slackbot AI couldn't read all those files right from the bat. But as soon as I configured it a little bit,
Mm.
Slackbot AI was able to pull all of these details in from the folders that I had set up. Of
Yeah.
course, I had to put in a right structure to it, set in the right naming for conventions to these folders and files, whatever I have. But after that, Slackbot AI actually pulled in all the details, all the files relevant to the conversation that I wanted,
Mhm.
and not just from those files. In fact, it connected these details, these file level details, with the messages that I had sent all over the organization into different channels, the private
Wow.
DMs that I had. In fact, even my meetings that I had already connected to my Slack workspace, all that different context, and it gave me a consolidated summary. I didn't expect it to do it. I only expected it to pull in data from the files, but it was able to pull in details from all the other sources that were connected to the workspace, which was a good thing for me.
Awesome. Awesome. How do you control the privacy in that case? Because it's reading your DMs as well.
Well, Slack, in fact, the one USP that Slack people, I have met Slack workspace agents, and they have told me that whatever access you as a user will have,
Mm-hmm.
if you, let's say, you are not part of a private channel, or if you're not part of a channel that maybe people are talking about,
Uh-huh.
if you are not part of it, the Slackbot AI is also not part of it. It cannot skim through data that the user themselves don't have access to.
Which makes a lot of logical
Yes.
sense. That privacy is very important. Copilot can also do this stuff.
Copilot can also do this stuff. And again, Copilot is an AI that is baked into the Microsoft ecosystem.
Yeah.
it cannot have the same level of access that Slack has or Slackbot AI has from the Slack workspace. And vice versa, Slackbot AI wouldn't really work in the Microsoft Teams structure or Microsoft
Yeah.
structure because it, of course, it does not have the baked-in solutions or baked-in AI or the infrastructure necessary to pull all the details that are connected to one organization. Copilot, if you're already using Microsoft, Copilot is a good tool, yes. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're used to using Slack or Salesforce at all, please go ahead with Slackbot AI and give it a shot. You will
Yeah.
be able to get some insights on it.
Great. That's where Claude shines, I believe, because Slack is very much embedded into the Salesforce ecosystem, whereas Teams is embedded into the Microsoft ecosystem. And of course, Microsoft Teams has a bigger market share than Slack.
Of course.
Now, I think it is around 60% market share, but Slack is around 20% market share. Claude. Let's talk about Claude. How does Claude show up here?
Well, I will say the comparison between Claude and Slackbot is a little off. I will tell you why.
Yeah.
Because Claude is necessarily not used to converse or get context out of one workspace.
Mm-hmm.
It is more of a heavy hitting solution for any kind of deep analysis that you want over a 400-page document,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
But that 400-page document is the only context that you can give to Claude. Whereas Slack, it will consider all the different files that you have across your organization, and that is where the difference lies.
Let's be practical. We want our time to be saved.
Yes.
If I'm doing a research, sure, I'll go on Claude and, do deep thinking with Claude. But if I'm working on my day to day, I want my time to be saved. And the time can be saved easily in Slackbot through Slackbot AI because I'm working on Slack.
Yes, of course. I mean, from your level, your executive level
Yeah.
positioning, Deepish, time is of essence. Time is money for you guys. Maybe for a person like me, a deep into technical role, we would prefer Claude for any kind of deep analysis or over any document or maybe generating some design files or whatnot. But from your perspective, the moment you wake up, that is when your clock is ticking.
Yeah.
You'll have to keep talking to 15 different people, 15 different high profile people, and you cannot have one pager document or one 400-page document analyzed by Claude. Taking hours or even 5 minutes of your time is too much. Instead of that,
You can say that, but
Slackbot,
I would like to spend time with Claude on that, but yeah, I do understand. Now it's all about workflows that saves time. Is Slackbot AI a better tool to design workflows, or I should stick to Claude for workflow management?
well, when you mention workflow, you would rather talk about either a workflow within Slack or a workflow within a siloed organization or a siloed tool like Claude. Now, if
Mm.
you want to create an end-to-end workflow from Claude, what you would rather do is maybe connect all of your different systems, all of your different
To Claude.
Google Calendar, your Outlook, maybe Notion calendar, and what not calendar that you have.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you would properly tell Claude, see, this is what I want to do, and after maybe 50 different iterative attempts, you would finally come to a position saying that now my tool works.
Mm.
But as an executive, would you rather have Claude do it? I mean, would you rather want Claude to do it by you telling it for 50 different iterations? Or
Mm.
would you want one bot which is plug and play? I will call it plug and play because as soon as it is installed within your organization or in your workspace, it should start working as what you would expect,
That's the executive expectation. Yes.
right? So that is where the difference lies. Will you use Claude or will you use Slackbot then?
Sounds like Slackbot AI wins here.
Yes.
But okay, let's take an example. Okay, I have a very okay. I want to set up a meeting which is with a particular potential customer. Now I have a 3 years old discussion with this customer that is in Drive. Slackbot AI can bring all the conversations, and when I'm discussing the account plan with the team, that old discussions context can be taken by Slackbot AI. Give me summary and an action item. That action item is set a meeting with the customer Thursday.
Yes.
Okay. Thursday, 3 p.m. I'm available. The slot is available on the calendar. I still have to go set the meeting. Can this AI set the meeting for me?
Well, Slack actually claims that it can. And personally, I am not sure. Maybe the higher level plans, maybe the enterprise plus level plans may be able to do it out of the box. I tried it with whatever resources I had, of course. I was able to do it. I was able to pull through it.
Yeah.
But was it a fast job? No. But was it a fun job to do it? Yes, of course. To build these connectors as a consultant, as a partner,
Yeah.
it was a fun job because now that I know about it, I can easily tell anybody saying that if you want to schedule your meetings using Slack or Slackbot AI for that matter, I have the right mindset for it and I have the right toolkit for it.
Very interesting. If you are a business user and there's an opportunity for you to set a meeting automatically, comment in the section, would you do it? I don't know if users would like their meetings to be set up. I would like that, but I'm pretty sure there are executives out there saying that no, 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 no. What if a wrong meeting is set up?
Well, that is where an intelligence layer comes in. Of course, AI can do everything, capability is present,
Yeah,
but guardrails are supposed to be present or put in by humans. And that is where humans in the loop is still a very big context or a
of course.
big concept that people cannot really ignore just because there is a magical tool present called a Slackbot AI does
Yeah.
not mean that you don't put guardrails.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if we classify these tools, are these a productivity tool? Is it a support tool or is it an automation tool?
Well, that really depends on what do you want it to become. I will say it can become all three at once
Mhm.
and even one at a time.
Explain it a little further.
Imagine if you just want a summary of what is going on throughout the day or what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
It will provide you all the right level details. It will skim through all your different channels, or it will skim through all of your different messages and files, of course, and it will give you a summary. That is where productivity comes into picture.
Yep.
But Slack also claims that tomorrow, let's say if you as an executive or you as a person is joining some meeting and you would want a personal assistant to keep taking notes, and if there are any key players, key highlight points, maybe a key number that is being mentioned, you would want your personal assistant, forget about a bot, a personal assistant, to just tell you immediately saying that this customer was being spoken about, this is where your details are in.
Mhm.
Would you rather want a person to tell it, or would you rather want to find it on your own, saying that, oh, let me skim through the 50 different tabs again, search for this
Yeah.
customer,
Yeah.
right? Slackbot AI, of course, Slack claims about it. Slackbot AI will sit right next to you inside your call. It will tell you that this is the person that was mentioned. It will pull all of the right level of details, maybe from your internal organization, whoever has spoken about it. It will give you the right details. Maybe somebody who missed out one figure, maybe one number, one critical number in the conversation. You can be the one person who brought it up. And that is where the Slackbot AI makes you shine.
And if I'm not on the call, can I input the transcript of the call in this and still have the intelligence?
Yes, if you are already having calls within Slack huddles, you already have the transcript. If you are, of course, meeting people outside of your organization, as long as these calls are connected to the Slack workspace and if the transcripts are available, you don't need to put these transcripts within Slackbot. Slackbot will consider this transcript as files, of course, and give you the summary.
But think about it. People do calls on Zoom, Teams, Google Meet, every place
Yep.
imaginable. But there should be a way for a transcript to be downloaded and given to my agent,
Yeah.
so that agent has enough context of all the discussions happen so that we can produce a better summary for taking better actions.
Yes, and honestly speaking, that is where a custom Slackbot comes into picture. This custom Slackbot will consolidate all of your different meetings. Consider Notion. I would say Notion consolidates all of your different meetings, Google Calendar meetings, Zoom meetings, Team
Yeah.
meetings, whatever meetings do you have. It will take into consideration all of these different calls,
Yeah.
prepare transcripts, and if you have connected just one Notion connector with the Slack workspace, Slackbot does not need to fetch details from all of your different calendars. Rather, one Notion calendar connector is more than enough. And that
But
is how custom Slackbot really works.
sure. But that's for a person.
Yes.
If we have to do it for an organization, that requires a custom Slack bot.
Yes, that requires a custom Slackbot, and that also requires a little bit of admin configuration. I will not lie about it.
Yeah.
Your workspace admin can set it up for your user, or they can also set it up in such a fashion that every user gets to connect their own calendars.
So if a business user is stuck with this kind of requirement, you are the right person for that, right?
I hope I am, yes.
Yeah, good, good, good.
Yes.
So we keep hearing about agentic AI. Let's take a step back and understand what is agentic in this.
Well, see, I will just maybe go back to 2023 when OpenAI released
Yeah,
ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT is a great tool, or has been a great tool. If you
mhm.
ask it the right questions with the right level of prompt engineering, I will call it,
Yeah,
it will give you the necessary details that you would want, maybe fetch it from the internet as well, which
yeah,
is good, yes.
yeah.
But from an enterprise perspective, just getting information is not, or just getting information from the internet is not the only thing that one employee or an executive will expect.
Of
They
course.
would want their AI, whatever bots they have bought in, because they have spent money on it, of course. So they would want these bots to push their employees to do better jobs, their
Hmm.
own jobs better, right?
Yeah,
Now that is where your agentic part comes into picture. That means these AIs are not really just sitting there as chatbots. They are really sitting there as your personal assistants, or maybe consider them as your office level interns who will do anything and everything that you would ask them for.
yeah,
That is where your agentic word comes into picture.
yeah. That's very interesting. And in general, I would like I've tried writing prompts, great prompts, but nowadays Claude can write better prompts. I just give a description, say, hey, write a prompt for me, and it gives me a prompt. Isn't Slackbot using Claude in the behind the scenes?
Well, if I be very clear about it, every LLM uses similar type of natural language processing.
Yeah.
Slackbot, of course, uses Claude at the in the back. But
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, Slackbot is designed to sit in the engagement layer.
Mm-hmm.
It does not just, let's say, maybe you can build your own Slackbot AI, or an alternative to Slackbot AI right from scratch.
Yeah.
But imagine the time and effort that it will take for you to build such a solution with the same level of enterprise grade security that Slackbot already has,
Mm-hmm.
and that too with the prompt engineering that you would rather have it in Claude, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but let's stick to this caution. How is Slackbot AI different from Claude?
Hmm. Well, that is a very good question. Now, Claude, of course, it will have all sorts of power to our capabilities to maybe run through your documents, run through your files, and maybe run through PDF files, images, create images for you, and whatnot. But from an organization perspective, a technical organization perspective, let's say just taking an example,
Mm-hmm.
it does not matter how many files you have and what images you will be able to create.
Yeah,
Those are not the tools that a technical organization need, or a developer needs, or an architect needs, or an executive from a technical organization needs.
yeah,
They would rather want an agentic AI or an AI to give them summaries of details what they couldn't really find, or they may be able to find, but they would rather spend 3 hours to it, and or maybe rather spend 5 seconds to it rather spending than maybe 3 hours just skimming through files.
correct.
Now Claude has got all the capabilities, and all the juice to
Mm.
get all of your details in,
Yeah,
but Claude doesn't have the context, and that is where the difference lies.
mm,
Slackbot AI, of course, runs your Claude's model in the back, but it has also got the context that Claude does not.
very interesting. If an executive is coming and asking, what should I use for organizational efficiency or productivity? And if they are already using Slack, answer would be Slackbot.
Of course, yes.
And if they're using Microsoft infrastructure, then it is, hey, use go for Copilot and develop automations around that. But if they are using an hybrid approach where they're using Google Meet as well with Slack and Teams, would you suggest Claude there?
Well, of course, I will suggest any of these tools. At the end of the day, it
Mm.
all depends on how much time and effort do you want to take into building the entire system of data, and then the system of engagement collectively, so that you as an executive can save time.
Yeah,
The entire point, if it is about saving time, if you include Claude into the picture, yes,
yeah,
Claude can do it.
yeah,
But if what will happen is you will invest in Claude today, but you will get the results maybe 3 months down the line after involving so many different developers
correct.
building those things for you. Maybe Claude will catch up at one point of the time, but it is not
It
there
just
yet.
not just does not have enough context. It's not it does not have people talking inside Claude as teams.
Yes.
But it's not difficult to build that. I mean, if we have a team project, we can talk in Claude and build a project together. It's a team collaboration tool, right?
I and you can.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, yes. And that's what I mentioned. If we are able, if we are ready to spend our money today
Mm.
and spend the rest of the 3 months together building this system of integration,
Yeah.
then of course we can do it in Claude. And maybe I would like to sell Claude the same solution.
Yeah. Yeah. Of
But
course.
Slackbot AI has already done it for you. Slack Workspace or the engineers at Slack have already done it for you.
So we use it.
Use it. Why not?
Great. So Slackbot AI is relatively new. What do you think is the future of Slackbot AI? Like, what would how would people use it more apart from summaries?
Well, I personally, I don't know how people would use it, because people can have n number of integration setup. They can go crazy with it. Their admins can go crazy with it. They can connect maybe different types of apps together.
Yeah.
But for me, I would rather want what the USP that Slack says. It can sit beside me in my call. If there is a person mentioned within the call, if it can surface those through or surface details about that person and the different metrics that maybe are generated over the call, if I can get those details right over there, I would rather want that to happen than to skim 50 different tabs to get the data. And actually, I'm looking out for that, honestly.
So if we say Slackbot AI is your work assistant, would that be wrong?
No.
Great. So let's say the future of Slackbot AI is to become a work assistant
Yes.
for any individual,
Yes.
including the executives, including the developer too, because developer hate meetings.
Well, yes, they do, and I hate meetings as well.
Yeah, so you can send your Slack bot to the meeting and they can give you the summary and you can, ask them to reply to.
It is a very ambitious goal, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it is an impossible goal. Tomorrow, there can be a time when people are not really present on the calls.
Mhm.
Maybe their assistant is. It takes up those notes. If at all, it is not such an important meeting for them to be attending
Yeah.
over there. They can send their assistants over there. Their assistants can maybe take notes,
Yeah.
and then probably these people can then just get a download. I would rather want the people to attend those calls as well, because it would help them out. But if you really don't have enough time, like an executive like yourself, if you
Yeah.
don't have that time, you would rather want to spend that time to build something else.
Great observation. Great points. Let's say I want to put key takeaways from this discussion. What would that key takeaways be?
Well, first up is Slack itself is, I would say it does come up with your Salesforce ecosystem. If you have a Salesforce Enterprise Plus plan or an unlimited plan, you get Salesforce Slack licenses as well. Slackbot is available in your Enterprise Plus plan of Slack. So please go ahead and try it out for yourself. That is one. Second is, the main goal of the call was, can Claude or Slackbot replace Claude in the business OS perspective? I would say it depends on the customer. If the customer really feels comfortable with Claude, if Anthropic has really reached out to them before Slack people
Yeah.
have done it, then probably they would, regardless of what I say in this call today, they would rather want to go with Anthropic. But it depends. Again, Slackbot is consider it as a lightweight tool. If you don't really have the requirement of analyzing these different, or spend maybe imagine if in a sack race you get a Ferrari,
Mm-hmm.
you will of course win it.
Yeah.
But just to fit that Ferrari in one track,
Not worth it.
yeah, you will get it. You will have 10 different engineers screwing things up, or maybe changing tires, maybe just for 100 meters race. You would be fixing tires up. You would be making sure that the driver is seated properly and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you. Great. Okay. So if you are a business executive and would like to understand more about Slackbot implementation or Slackbot AI implementation, please reach out to Prashant. His LinkedIn is dropped in the comments or in the description. But if you are a business leader and confused how to take decisions around around this complex AI tool mechanism, you can always reach out to me and we can chat further on it. Thank you, Prashant. It was great talking to you.
Thank you, Deepish. It was actually fun talking to you as well, and thanks for inviting me over.
Awesome. Thank you.